This time of year is perfect for making elderflower cordial. So for the recipe that I'm going to be making today, you are going to need 1 1/4 kilograms of white sugar. Doesn't matter if it's cast or granulated, whatever you can find around the house at the moment. We are going to need 1 unwaxed lemon, 10 fresh elderflower heads with the stalks cut off, 750 millilitres of water, and 40 grams of citric acid. So this can be picked up from chemists or online. If you can't find citric acid, you can still make the cordial, it just doesn't preserve as long. So instead of having to drink it within 3 months, you might need to drink it within a week, which I'm sure is easy enough for us all to do. When we're foraging for elderflower, we do want to follow the foraging rules. So we want to be taking a little bit rather than a lot to leave plenty for wildlife, and from the bottom and the top of the tree, so you're leaving plenty for birds and insects to enjoy as well. When we're looking for elderflower, we're looking for these large white bundles of tiny little white flowers surrounded by these oblong shaped leaves with this jagged edge here as well. The heads that we're going to be looking for this cordial are these nice white filled heads there. So you don't want anything that's gone over too far, so it's gone yellow, or you can start seeing all the yellow dots in as well. And you also don't want anything that hasn't quite opened enough yet. See, these ones aren't quite ready yet. So we're looking for that nice white full head of flowers. And for this recipe we're going to need 10 of those. So just cutting at the stem there and taking a whole head, but from around the whole elder will give us enough for this recipe. And that's 9 and that's 10. Right, I'm off to wash my hands. We all know the drill. Find the biggest saucepan you have in the house. Mine's a soup pan, it's wonderful, it cooks all sorts and it holds a lot of cordial. Into the pan goes our water and our sugar. Now I'm going to go pop this on the heat and give it a good stir. I'm not going to let it boil until it's all dissolved. Once it's all dissolved, I'll bring it to the boil and then take it back off the heat. So I'll be back in a bit. This activity is also perfect for lockdown because it's going to make use of all of those glass bottles we've currently all got laying around the house. Just make sure you remember the bottle lids as well. Now there's 2 ways of sterilising your bottles. If you have a dishwasher, just pop them in the dishwasher and you're sorted. If you don't have a dishwasher, I usually wash them out with hot soapy water like you would anything else in the kitchen, and then instead of letting them dry on the drying rack, pop them in the oven at just under 100 degrees Celsius and they dry in there. And then they're ready for your cordial. Just make sure you wear gloves when you take them out of the oven because they're really hot. For our unwaxed lemon, you don't need to zest the whole thing. Just chopping it up a little bit is enough. So slicing off the edge of the zest so you've got nice thin pieces and your lemon left as well is enough. And once you've cut all the zest off, we're also just going to cut it into nice slices so that you've got slices of lemon sitting amongst your cordial as well. To prepare our elderflower, you're going to need a nice big bowl of water. You can use a washing up bowl or anything else that you can store lots of water in. And you're just going to give the elderflowers a good swirl to get any bugs off or anything else that you might not want to drink off. And then we're going to cut as much of the flowers off of the stalks as possible. You can use a fork as well and just push them off if you like, but as little as that green, as little of that green should be going into our drink. There we go. So I've dissolved all the sugar in the water, and the moment it was all nicely dissolved, I brought the pot to the boil and then took it off. So into there we are putting all of our clean cut elderflower heads. So that goes into there. And I've cut up the lemon so that you've got the outside and the inside nicely sliced up, and it all goes in for a good stir. In goes the citric acid. Give that a good stir. So we put that on the side and you're going to leave that for 24 hours. So the following day, perfect elderflower cordial ready for you. Here's some I made earlier. So this has been sitting with its lid on since yesterday in my kitchen, and it smells absolutely beautiful. Remember those bottles that have been sitting in my oven sterilising? I'm going to put a funnel in them. And I'm going to use a clean tea towel. So you can get fabrics for this in kitchens as well, as long as it's nice and thin. But a clean tea towel does the job as well. And you want to pop that in your funnel, and then I'm going to ladle in the cordial. So try not to get too many of the flowers or the lemon in. You're just trying to get as much of the syrup as possible. It's a good time to get nice and sticky as well. So just ladling that in, and you'll watch it trickle through. Aside to drip through. Whether this is enjoyed with water or sparkling water, or I do like it with a bit of tonic as well, that's your perfect summer drink. Cheers!